Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here today. I'm, of course, Gregor Guy.
My name is Casey.
And we will be presenting episode 25, quarter of a century mark of the Bangcast.
25. Who's the number 25? I don't know any number 25s in sports.
Well, yeah. I mean, we had a couple of basketball references over the past 2 weeks.
Right.
And
Jordan and Kobe, 23 and 24. But I can't think of a 25. I don't know any 25s.
Let us know down in the comments below of a famous sports player who wore 25.
Or car, driver. Any drivers?
Driver. Yes, well, either way. Any sports figure who, sported the number 25.
Right. All right.
We'll say. So, this particular week, we are going to, basically talk a bit of current events in, all shapes, sizes, matters, forms, so on and so forth. So I will go ahead and hand it over to you, Casey. What do you want to open with here?
So this week, I mean, it's been the last 2 weeks or longer, has been the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial.
I would venture to say it's been going on a month. It seems like a month anyway. I don't know if my time frame is just discombobulated.
I mean, that's just when I basically kind of started getting into it. I mean, I drive a lot at work, and basically I just fish around for different things to listen to and generally educate myself. And I can't say that I'm being educated
by this particular Amber Heard Johnny Depp thing,
right? Because I mean, it's telling me things that generally I already knew, but it's just the outlandishness of certain specific things that are happening in the case. And I do think there is kind of a cultural shift going into the case too, because for the last 3-4 years we've heard this mantra, believe all women type thing.
Kind of no. What was the name of that movement? It actually
the Me Too movement.
Me Too. That was it.
Right, but
I was blanking on it.
That was a mantra within the Me Too movement.
Right.
And let's be honest. There are some really bad guys out there, but there are just as many really bad women out there. Mm-hmm. I hate the fact that people are being divided by sex or race or all of those things,
or whether you're even on a political kind of
right, conservative, Democrat.
It's silly. It's
liberal,
silly.
right.
It's silly. People, wake up! Wake up!
There are good people and there are bad people, and they are in all segments of life,
and they are all. Guess what? At the end of the day, people.
Right.
Treat each other with respect.
People aren't perfect either. I mean, even the greatest people in the world have made mistakes throughout their life.
That's true. I've made mistakes. I'm wrong occasionally, even though it's very rare. But I am wrong occasionally, and I, am big enough to admit it.
Right.
Especially when I am proven wrong.
And that's honestly one of the biggest characteristics of a person. To me, is somebody who, when they find out they're wrong, will admit that they're wrong and not argue to the death that they're right.
Yeah, and die on that particular hill that they are, spewing their nonsense from, basically.
And sometimes it's a stupid hill. So sometimes this hill is stupid. There's arguments between a man and a woman sometimes about putting a sock in the wrong place, right? And this sock in the wrong place leads to a divorce because they just keep adding on, and this lie just continuously goes, and it's just about as stupid. I mean, obviously, more times than not, they're more serious issues. But if one person just admitted they were wrong in that situation, then everything would have been fine.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as I, prove my point, whether, I'm right, okay. Let's take this as an example. If I, give my, I don't necessarily want to use the word argument, but of my facts, to prove my case.
Right.
And you can't just accept that my side makes more sense than your side, and you automatically just, go on that defensive mode where you just start spewing a bunch of nonsense, basically.
Right.
Because I will listen to every side, and then I will formulate an opinion.
I will say that there is, if you are right, there is a going too far. If somebody admits...
Right. I mean, you don't want to stick the knife in and then twist.
Right.
Let's be honest.
Right. You can say...
Just be happy you're right.
Yeah.
And,
right.
you've proven your point.
Yeah. You can say, okay, you're right. And then after that, don't say something else. Yeah. Don't say, I told you so, or something like that.
Right.
Because now you're jabbing them.
No. That's twisting the knife.
Right.
That's the mortal wound right there.
And then you bring it up 2 hours later. Oh, I was right about that. I'm right about this too.
No, that's re-jabbing them. Jesus. Yeah.
Anyways,
okay. Whoa, no.
Now we're trying to talk about the case.
Right. Well, we'll get into that in a second. But basically, that is a large issue that I have seen with, in particular, the United States of America today, is that people cannot just sit down, have a discussion, and, a civil discussion.
Right.
Share their, differing opinions, and, come to, at the end, at least even try and understand where the other particular party or side comes from with, their thought process and everything. I think that is a fundamental flaw.
There's a word for it, being able to see through another person's eyes. I can't 100% think of the word right now, but...
Yeah, I'm kind of blanking on that. But I believe that is one of the largest problems that we face today in the United States of America. It's either you're on the side of my particular thinking, or we're going to try and cancel you. I mean, that's how
there's like a thing going around too that if you admit that you're wrong in public right now, people will attack you for admitting that you're wrong.
Exactly. I mean, that should not be a shame thing.
It should not. Admitting that you're wrong should not mean that you just dug your own hole and now there's like 1 million people waiting to sit there with shovels full of dirt waiting to throw the pile on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then light you on fire with gasoline.
Yeah. It gets worse. And then they'll bring one of those construction machines that rolls over, rolling over the grave that you've been dug on and set on fire, and now you're getting crushed by a rolling machine, and now they're going to shoot a missile that buries itself in the ground and blows you up, and then a comet comes down from the sky and it hits you, and it's over.
Sounds like a bad day.
Yeah.
Basically. All right, so you wanted to talk about this Johnny Depp Amber Heard.
Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case.
Can I just say that I have not, I think I said it at the beginning, but I have not been paying attention at all to any of this. I have seen one video of one specific thing, which I will touch on when we get there.
Was it the one that I sent you?
No.
Okay, so it wasn't that one?
No, because as soon as I saw Johnny Depp Amber Heard, I was like...
You just...
I felt like throwing my phone away.
I mean, obviously there's bigger
Putting it straight in the trash can.
Obviously there's bigger things going on in the world right now. I mean, you got a war in Ukraine. We're all losing our money. We're all losing our inheritance right now. As
your 401ks are not doing well.
And the biggest thing going on in the country right now is Amber Heard and Johnny Depp.
I would not say the biggest thing. The biggest thing that the media is concerned about.
Right.
Which is another problem.
But at the same time, I'm watching it.
Okay.
I'm becoming more invested in it. And it just gets more outlandish as it goes.
Okay.
And I did write a whole bunch of notes up about their relationship and stuff like that, but I don't really want to go through it because...
Why not?
Because it's basically just tells this. I just wrote down the story of how life between Amber Heard and Johnny Depp.
Okay, either way, it's public knowledge, I would assume.
Public knowledge. I'll run through it real quick. They met on a movie. They got married. Or they
Do we know what movie it was?
It was the Rum Diary. That was the name of the movie.
Okay.
They met on a movie. They were both in relationships at the time. They both left their significant others to be with each other. They got married. They got divorced. There's a $7 million settlement and here's one of the things. The $7 million settlement, Amber Heard specifically stated that she was donating all of the money to 2 different charities, some children's hospital and the ACLU, I believe. Neither one of those has been fulfilled. And she's saying it wasn't fulfilled because she's being sued by Johnny Depp. However, she did not get sued by Johnny Depp for 18 months after she already received the full $7 million.
Okay.
All right. So she's lying right there. She's already been proven in a lie, and that's only to begin with. There was another court case before this where Johnny Depp sued the Sun somewhere in London, lost the case. He tried to appeal it.
The Sun, is that like a newspaper or something?
Yeah, it's it's a newspaper or a magazine or something like that in London. I don't know.
Okay, not like a...
We're not from London. I don't give a shit.
Human being kind of Sun. I was like...
No.
Who's Sun? Okay. I just had to clarify. Because like I said, I knew nothing about this.
All right. So, lost that case. She, a couple years later, she does an op-ed in the Washington Post restating that Johnny Depp physically and sexually abused her. And here comes a lawsuit again, this time in Fairfax, Virginia, where I believe the Washington Post may be based out of. $100 million. $100 million on the line for both parties, because she is also countersuing him for the same amount that he's suing her for.
So, okay, the original lawsuit, was it Johnny Depp suing Amber Heard?
The original one for the Sun was Johnny Depp suing the Sun. This specific case, right now, Amber Heard admitted to writing the op-ed that was published in the Washington Post. And she admits publishing it as well, which also means they actually changed the title because the Washington Post did not want to get sued by Johnny Depp. So within one day after the article came out, they changed the title so that they were not on the line for...
But either way, it got published with the original title.
Correct.
Okay.
And here's the thing. During the case, the lawyer for Amber Heard was kept on trying to say that, oh, this is the article that you saw with the changed title on it. She said, oh, this is the article that you saw to all of Johnny's witnesses and Johnny himself. Oh, this is the article that you saw? He's like, no, that's not the one I saw. It had a different title.
Right. Well, I mean, also at the same point in time, I mean, this works on YouTube as well. You get the maximum amount of views and impressions the first 24 hours
Correct.
that, anything is published.
Right.
So if they published it with that original title,
right,
whatever it was, whatever it said, that's where they got maximum exposure.
And she saw it before it was on the webpage too. So if she didn't like the title or she didn't think the title was appropriate, then she could have changed it.
Yeah. Okay. So that was, some sort of editorial say in the process.
Right.
We would.
So and kind of getting into the case, she has admitted on tape, on not on video, but audibly, that she has physically attacked Johnny Depp. On the other hand, there is no physical evidence that shows that Johnny Depp ever attacked physically Amber Heard. Maybe he may lose the case because they might consider some of the things that he said as domestic abuse, like verbal abuse. But here's the thing. There's zero evidence up to this point, and they are deep into Amber Heard's questioning, or her entire case, her defense. And she has shown no physical evidence that Johnny Depp ever physically attacked her. What she has shown is pictures of herself looking or appearing that she's bruised, and she had a slip up when she was talking that she had used a bruise kit. Now, a bruise kit is something that is used for actors, which they both are, that creates a bruise, not something that hides a bruise.
A bruise kit?
Yes. And I have used makeup, like Halloween makeup, to make it look like a bruise, to make it look like I had a bruise or a cut or a wound or something like that. And it's not that hard. And it looks real.
Okay. So, I mean, basically, yes, makeup, in other words.
Right. Secondly, she showed a makeup kit that she said she showed. This is what she carried around with her at all times.
She carried this bruise kit around with her?
Well, she showed the one that she was showing was not a bruise kit. It was an actual makeup kit that's used to hide bruises, or can be used to hide bruises. But she kept it in her purse. She said she kept this specific thing in her purse the entire time they were married, and they got divorced in around 2016 somewhere. They got divorced somewhere around 2016.
Do we know how long they were married?
Well, like 2 years or something like that.
Okay, so it was relatively brief.
But here's the thing. That makeup kit that she said she had in her purse the entire time did not come out till 2017.
Yeah.
Lie about the what was that? What was the other thing? Lied about the money going to the charities. The pictures that she had really weren't that good of pictures. Like, she started talking about how he was getting punched in the face and how she was getting slammed and all this stuff, and she had hair ripped out and stuff like that. And the pictures do not look like somebody beat her. Not to mention, she has testified that Johnny Depp always wears rings.
Yeah. I mean, come to think of it.
So where are the marks? There were never any marks for rings on her. And then she had she would go on. She would do modeling, or she would do television shows, or she'd be walking down the street. The very next day after she stated she received all these wounds and marks and looked completely fine, like nothing happened. Johnny Depp, her case is that the whole thing is that he was always on drugs and alcohol, and he was always out of control. That's her whole case. There is no evidence whatsoever that his entire life that he was ever violent, and he's been having drug and alcohol problems the entirety of his life. He said he started drinking at the age of 13.
Okay, I mean, fair enough, but at the same point in time, you can have drug and alcohol problems and not be violent.
Exactly.
That's more of a societal association with the problem.
Right. So, I mean, and to be able to control yourself your entire life without having one person accuse you of physical violence while on drugs and alcohol the whole time, that shows some capability of being able to control yourself.
Well, yeah. I mean, at the same point in time, I think obviously that this is a particular case of someone trying to exploit a narrative that has already been established
Right.
in order to try and, get some sort of gain in from it.
I would call it extortion.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, that's one way to put it. Sure. I saw this video. Now, granted, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if it happened. This is the only video I saw from the whole trial. But Amber Heard was on the witness stand. She pulls out like a napkin or something, and you hear her go, and then she goes like that. To me, that's someone doing blow, like right there on the fucking witness stand.
What that is a method acting of attempting to cry. And
I don't
and also, by the way, they had her acting teacher.
Oh, yeah. So it should also be noted that after that all transpired, she was like,
Well, I mean, it's possible she was on drugs.
I'm telling you right now, I have done some nefarious things in my time, and I'm telling you, she definitely 100% did cocaine on the witness stand, as long as that video is actually true.
So she had an acting coach testify, and the acting coach said that she had trouble crying as an actor. She was not very good at it. She had a picture. So there was another thing that happened when she was on the stand where she had that rag, and she turned to face a camera, looked directly at the camera as if to signify now's a good time to take a picture. And then you see a picture in I can't remember. I think it was the Washington Post again, where they added tears into the picture to make it seem like she was actually crying on stand.
Well, did she have does she have some sort of deal with the Washington Post? I mean, do we have any information on that?
I mean, I would think that
I'm learning a lot of this on the fly.
I'll be honest. I think that if Johnny Depp wins the case against Amber Heard, Washington Post could be next.
Yeah, I mean,
they might have some vested interest in helping her.
What could that be?
Because if he successfully sues Amber Heard, the person who wrote the article, he could possibly sue the Washington Post.
Oh, so they're just
because they're the ones that put it in.
Okay, all right, yeah. I didn't, man. Okay, yeah. See, I didn't know how all this went down.
Right.
Like I said, I'm kind of like learning about it on the fly.
The case is not even over yet, but I can tell you that there is at least two winners and at least one big loser, and maybe more than that loser-wise. So let's go with the losers first.
Oh yeah, okay.
Amber Heard is going to be the biggest loser out of this. Regardless if she wins the case or not, her career is over because there's not one person that is going to... I mean, there's obviously going to be...
When you say biggest loser, she's not going to drop 200 pounds?
No.
Anyway.
She's not that heavy anyways.
That's a terrible joke. Yes.
And she's obviously a beautiful woman, which is the reason why she got to where what she was in the first place. Okay. I mean, she was working her way up the totem. She got with Johnny Depp, and then there was that John guy. I can't remember.
Okay. I think you told me a couple days ago. I didn't even know this. Didn't she date Elon Musk at some point?
Yes, and she dated Elon Musk. And I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard something about how they froze their sperm. Elon froze his sperm, and she froze her eggs. And she was trying to get a hold of the sperm and eggs to try to make a kid with Elon. That's kind of like an outlandish type thing. I don't know. I doubt that's true. But if that is actually true, and she was going to try to get money out of Elon Musk by having a baby in a test tube, that is way out there.
Woo!
I don't think that's true, though. I'm going to just say I don't think that's true.
I mean, I don't know. I've heard... I think I've heard one other, crazier thing in my entire life, but...
I mean, I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
But I definitely, if I had to put money on it, I would bet that actual story is not true.
As far as them actually freezing the eggs and sperm, or
No,
trying to get
I would almost guarantee that probably almost everybody in Hollywood has frozen sperm and eggs, just in case they feel like having more and they're not able to, just because they have the money to.
I wonder how much that costs a month.
I don't know. I honestly don't think it would cost that much, like for a normal person. Maybe in Hollywood.
Basically, how much do you charge a month to run a freezer? Let us know down in the comments below if you operate this type of business.
Although I think it's probably insured. I'm sure they put a lot of money into making sure that there's safeties in process, especially for
you gotta have a backup generator and everything.
Right.
But I'll tell you right now, they're all fucked as soon as an EMP device goes off.
Yeah, that's true.
You'll have larger problems at that point in time.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Biggest losers.
Biggest losers.
Biggest losers. Amber Heard. Career over.
Career over. You heard it here first.
She actually got completely removed from Aquaman 2, which I don't know when that comes out. I never watched the first one, and I didn't plan on watching it.
I did see the first Aquaman, and you know what? I don't. I mean, she is a beautiful woman, but I don't think she's a great actress.
Well, I mean, you can see that on The Stand. She is obviously not a very good actress.
I'll tell you right now, she was a more beautiful woman in that movie than she is, in real life.
Oh, that's just the way the movies are.
Yeah.
Well, most people at movie stars and stuff like that, they look probably just like normal people in everyday life. They might seem like they're aging less because they have all the pampering treatments and the makeup and all of that stuff, but
we can talk about that in a bit.
Okay. I know. All right. Anyways. But. Anyways.
Who wins? Who wins? You talk to. Okay, obviously loser. Is there any other loser other than possibly Washington Post and Amber Heard?
Her lawyers, specifically that female lawyer she has, she looks like a dum-dum sometimes when she's up there. She stopped. I remember she stopped in the middle, and she was like, she huffed, and she was like, "I'm doing my best."
She actually said that. I'm doing my best.
Yes. While she was because she was having trouble cross-examining or examining Amber Heard after
her own witness.
Right.
Oh Jesus.
That's because every other time she was getting objected to. Every other question. I think she sat there for like 10 or 15 minutes trying to question Amber Heard, and there was objections coming from the other side.
Right. Well, I mean, at the same point in time, you're a lawyer, right?
Right.
You know the legal process.
Right.
You should be able to assume what will be objected to, and interject those particular questions in a more relative manner to where you can actually get some sort of examination going on.
Right. Well, I think
you are a professional, okay?
I think a lot of these lawyers, although I'm sure they're being paid a large amount, that they suspect that this is going to be a career-changing event for them, where they're going to be able to get more high-profile cases from high-profile.
I'll tell you right now, any lawyer involved with this, if I ever get charged with like a murder charge or something like that, I will never hire you. So I mean, I don't know.
Well, that leads me to
I don't know. I don't think that this will get them more. I think that this is their pinnacle. Basically, it's kind of what
I do not for one of them, and I'll get to that. Biggest winners, Johnny Depp.
Okay.
Johnny Depp is going to be able to write books. I mean, he doesn't need the money. The man is extremely wealthy.
He doesn't have the Jack Sparrow, money.
No, that's another
future
thing.
Jack Sparrow money anymore.
So this story, like I said, this story's all over the place. So they actually had a Disney representative on there, and Amber Heard's lawyer asked the Disney representative if they were willing to pay, because he said it as a joke. He said, "I wouldn't work for Disney again after they let him go because of the whole physical abuse thing." That
allegation.
Right.
Let's not even call it a thing.
Right,
It's
right.
an allegation. At this point in time, it hasn't been proven.
So he said he wouldn't work for Disney again unless they gave him $300 million and 100 million alpacas. Now, this alpaca thing is kind of... That should tell you right there that this is a joke, right?
Yeah.
Amber Heard's
100%.
lawyer asks the Disney representative that was sent there to testify on behalf of Disney if they would consider hiring Johnny Depp for $300 million and 100 million alpacas.
100 million alpacas.
Right. I mean, it's just outlandish. And to actually ask that question... Come on, man. Come on, man.
Oh man, I am going to use that in my next contract negotiation.
I want 100 million alpacas. Anyway.
No, it'll be something sillier. Trust me.
So, Johnny Depp, he's one of the biggest winners. The number one biggest winner out of this entire case is Camille, which is Johnny Depp's lawyer.
Okay.
She is younger. She is attractive, and she absolutely destroyed Amber Heard while she was on the stand.
Okay.
Absolute takedown. She could, after this, she's definitely going to be writing books. She might get her own TV show after this.
Do you think she could potentially be the next Judge Judy?
I'll be honest. I think they could turn her into a movie star if she really wanted to.
Really?
At this point, she's
I'm
definitely the biggest
unfamiliar.
winner.
I have not, like I said, I haven't paid attention to any of this.
She is obviously very intelligent, especially the way she just completely... I mean, she's a lawyer to start with, but she completely dismantled Amber Heard while she was on the stand. She's probably pretty funny because she'll go up to Johnny and his other lawyer, and they'll both be like bust out laughing when she says something to him. So I think she is like just as big of a star. Like when Johnny Depp comes to the court and he gets out of the car and there's all those people yelling, "We love you, Johnny," and all that stuff. Camille is just as big of a star getting out of her car going into the court as he is.
Okay. I mean, like I said, maybe I'll have to do a little bit of research into who this Camille person is.
Right.
But either way.
No doubt she is...
Honestly, I'm probably not going to because I just don't care.
There's no doubt that she is the biggest winner in this scenario.
So you believe she's going to write a book and probably retire with her millions and millions of dollars
her
and
life,
fuck off for the rest of life?
Her life is made because of this court case.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, other than that, like I said, that one video where I'm 115% certain Amber Heard was doing blow on the witness stand. I have not paid any attention at all to this thing.
I mean, it's just like, I mean, I'm missing so much. I'm missing so many things.
Yeah. I'm sure there's, but who has time to follow this particular stuff?
Someone who drives like an hour to hour, like 2 hours every single day, like me.
Okay, well then why don't you know everything about it?
Because, look, I do not have obviously the best memory in the world. I forget words all the time. You're here to fix me when I stumble.
Picking up the pieces.
Right. There's a lot of stuff that I am missing and I'm not remembering. I mean, I didn't even talk about somebody shitting on Johnny Depp's bed yet.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and touch on that then.
Well,
Tell me about this because you actually just told me this last night. I was like, what?
So, Amber Heard's birthday. They had a fight, an argument. No physical attacks. Once again, threw her phone out the window. Blah, blah, blah. Something, something. He leaves. And then she goes to her birthday at, I don't know, some concert. I can't remember. It's a famous concert. I don't remember what it is. the cleaning people show up, and they find a human turd on Johnny Depp's side of the bed. Thus, the name was born Amber Turd.
Amber Turd.
And she was joking, apparently, in the car. This is what Johnny's...
Well, okay, you may or may not have to answer this question, but do we know that she, Amber Heard,
it was either
took this, dump on the bed?
It was either her or it was one of her friends. She tried to say that it was a dog, but these are little tiny dogs. It would take that dog probably pooping like 5 times in order to make that pile. Probably. I mean, they didn't show a picture of the pile, which I am grateful for, to be honest with you. But supposedly, the Johnny Depp's driver was in the car driving them to this concert, and then they were joking around about Amber pooping on the bed, and that it was called some kind of joke gone wrong or something like that. They were joking about it being some kind of joke gone wrong. So I personally do believe that Amber Heard did poop in the bed, which brought up this funny thing on that happened in the court case where they were talking about hashtags that were smearing Amber Heard, and 3 times within probably somewhere between 3 and 5 minutes in the court, Johnny Depp's lawyer said Amber Turd 3 times.
Yeah.
What was that movie where you look in the mirror and you have to say something 3 times? Candyman? That's what it kind of reminded me of. Amber Turd, Amber Turd, Amber Turd, and then all of a sudden a giant turd falls on your head or something like that. But that was definitely one of the highlights of the case so far.
It's just so fucking silly and stupid. I can't believe that this is what, people are concerned about. Like, what in the fuck has gone wrong in the world to where you care about these 2 celebrities having a disagreement?
I mean, I completely understand it, but at the same time, I can't say that I'm not drawn into it also. I can't stop watching because I have to know what other ridiculous horse crap is going to happen next. I want to see.
But you are involved at this point in time.
I am involved in the case.
So you are. They have sucked you into the game.
I am exactly what you're angry about.
Yes, yes. I am so mad at you right now. Even though you have told me some hilarious shit, but.
Well, we're 40 minutes into this conversation, and you haven't told me to shut up until just now.
Yeah.
You've been listening to me ramble on about Amber Heard and Johnny Depp for 40 minutes before you finally bust out of the shell and said, "Why are we talking about this?"
Because I just have been having too much fun making faces at the camera. To be honest.
I think it's like everybody knows things are going bad for everybody else, and they need some
need some sort of relief, right?
Right, some kind of outlet or relief that's away from the horrible things or the bad things that are happening in their life, and they want all those bad things to happen to Amber Heard at this point.
Okay. I mean, that's a fair assessment. Is that all the information we have on the whole Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing? They talked about
Oh,
there's more.
Oh yeah, dude. If I just sat here and think we could go on for 2 hours, but we're not going to do that.
No.
There's one more thing. Although the turd thing was probably the biggest, strangest. Well, we didn't even talk about Johnny Depp getting his finger cut off.
What?
Yes. So when they were on a trip out in Australia, they were having an argument. Amber Heard supposedly throws a bottle at Johnny Depp and cuts his finger off.
She threw a bottle, like a beer bottle or a liquor bottle or something.
I think it was some kind of a bottle that they use for painting. Because she wanted to paint, so he brought her out the stuff. They were having an argument. She throws the bottle at him and cuts his finger off.
Okay, how does that work? I'm not
like, say that your hand's sitting here like this, right? Your hand's sitting here like this. You're having an argument with somebody, talking to somebody, and they throw a bottle and whack.
But if it was a bottle of paint, I would assume it's not a glass bottle.
It was glass, yes.
Oh, it was glass.
Yeah,
that's why I assumed it was a liquor bottle.
Right. Cut his finger clear off. He had to go to the hospital.
He's missing like a finger.
They sewed it back on.
Oh, okay.
They gave him a whole bunch of skin grafts to try to make it look normal.
Oh, all right.
So,
you know nothing about that.
Right? Cut his finger off.
Okay.
Shit in your bed. Cut your finger off. What else?
There's more?
I mean, he's waking up in the morning and she's just wakes up and starts beating on him while he's waking up in the morning. History. She's got a history with other relationships of being violent. He does not. I'm sure there's more.
Well, okay. Realistically, could we now boil this down to on the Amber Heard side, in particular, mental illness?
They did have they did have her a psychiatrist for Johnny Depp that saw both of them. Said that Amber Heard I can't remember what they were, codependency issues for Amber Heard. So basically, she's the kind of person that needs attention all the time. I don't remember.
So they actually did enlist a professional to evaluate both of the two individuals,
right.
Amber Heard and Johnny Depp.
Right.
And
she has
her
some mental
basic
issues.
Conclusion was that there are mental issues on the Amber Heard side.
Not to mention that the professional said that Amber Heard is she basically lied. She could tell that she was lying throughout her examination. So she's obviously one of those people that can't help herself but to lie. You know, there's people like that. Everybody probably knows somebody that can't help but to lie about who they are and their life, and for no other reason than just to do it because that's what they do.
That's what they do. That's probably what realistically probably done their entire life.
Right.
It's just how they go about things. And,
yeah,
she obviously got a big, escape because, she was a lovely woman.
Right.
Let's be honest.
I mean, that's why people put up with her. I mean, if somebody like her is an unattractive person, I mean, she might find some poor slob that'll fucking put up with her horse crap. But when she's like a 10, you know what? There's a lot of guys that'll put up with that kind of crap.
Yeah, but
just because of how attractive they are.
If you're a 10 on the outside and a -8 on the inside, I'm sorry, but that averages to about 2.
Well, I think it has to go along with, it's like somebody that is really good at football. It's on an NFL team. There's many examples out there, but he is so much trouble to put up with. So much difficulty to put up with. But you know what? He'll win you some football games.
Yeah.
But so you'll put up with him as long as that person produces.
Yeah, as long as they produce.
I'm not saying it's a 1-to-1 scenario, but that's kind of the way that I see it. Is that somebody is so beautiful that you're willing to put up with them.
Keep going.
For more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. Any other bits of drama from this Johnny Depp, Amber Heard? Whole thing.
I,
Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and transition into final thoughts. What do you think the outcome of this thing will be?
I think that Johnny Depp's going to lose.
Other
the
than
case.
this, apparently Johnny Depp's lawyer is going to make millions.
Johnny Depp's lawyer is going to make millions and millions of dollars. She's going to be a very wealthy person. Probably going to have her own TV show. Maybe it'll be like a Judge Judy. I doubt it because I think it's going to be a lot. Whatever it is, it's going to be like a talk show or something like that on television, or maybe someone's NBC.
I just had a genius idea for a television show that I will tell you after we are done recording.
All right. Johnny Depp is he's going to make a lot of money. He might get cast in some more movies. I don't know. I would think that most of his career is over with. I don't think he'll ever work with Disney again just because of the way they treated him.
Yeah, I mean, on top of that, he's over 50 years of age, so...
I mean, that's not stopping Tom Cruise.
No, but I mean, on top of that, he's made a shit ton of money. He doesn't need...
No,
he doesn't need to work.
He does not need to work.
He can fuck off for the rest of life. He doesn't care.
But I mean, most people, they don't... It might be something that he enjoys doing.
Yeah.
Also, he's admitted to never watching one of his own movies before.
Okay.
He will act in them, but he does not watch his own movies. They asked him about being Captain Jack Sparrow on the stand. They asked him about being Captain Jack Sparrow and the Pirates of the Caribbean, and they asked him a question about the movie, and he was like, "I've never seen the movie."
Fair enough.
It is funny though. When he's driving out of court, somebody said, "You'll always be my captain, Johnny." Right? Somebody said that, and he snaps directly into Captain Jack Sparrow.
I remember someone watching this video. I mean, I didn't watch it.
It was
myself,
probably me.
But I remember, I was like...
He goes into character while he's in the car.
Yeah.
Amber Heard, career over. Somebody's going to put up with her because she's beautiful. I do know that she has a child now. I would not be surprised that whether or not she loses this case or not, that somebody she may get fined for perjury, as well as
that was going to be my question.
Right.
Is perjury on the potentially on the table?
I would say yes. I would definitely say yes. But I mean, her attempt to try to say that she pledged the money to charity and donated the money to charity are two different things.
So we'll just go ahead and start winding it down here. Obviously, we episode 25 of the Bangcast, we talked about the Johnny Depp anger Heard. There you go. Hashtag anger heard.
Hashtag anger turd. We created a new one.
Yep. There you go. What can I say? I'm a trendsetter.
Look, we have our Twitter channel, right? We have our Twitter thing yet. We have not posted anything.
Nothing. Not a single post yet.
Hashtag anger turd is going to be the first post.
Anger turd. Yeah. Interesting. I don't know. I'm tempted to do it just to see what happens. Anyway, so episode 25 of the Bangcast. We're gonna bring this episode to a close, ladies and gentlemen. I'm of course Greg Guy.
My name's Casey,
and everyone out there watching. We will see you next week.